The Green Recovery Business Conference is coming up very soon, Monday the 27th of June at the Branwyn Hall. We're bringing together businesses from across Swansea to talk about how we can create a greener, more resilient economic future for the people and communities of Swansea. And I'm delighted to be joined now by Chris Bailey from Specific. And Specific are sponsoring the buildings theme at the conference. Welcome, Chris. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you, Dawn.
Tell us a little bit about Specific. What's the project about? What are you involved with?
Yeah, so give you a bit of background. Specific is an innovation and knowledge centre, a project that's based out of Swansea University, and we're sponsored by the EPSRC, which is Engineering Research Council, and the ERDF, so our long-fabled European money, which is not soon to be no more. We are a multidisciplinary group of research scientists, academics, and business professionals, and we work collaboratively with industry to develop and improve next generation renewable technologies and that enable critically buildings to become active. And when we say active buildings, what we mean is a building that can capture, store, and release energy by integrating technology solutions so that it can actually play a part in an energy grid system, not just be a consumer of energy, as has historically been the case with buildings. On that note, buildings account for about 40% of global carbon emissions. And in the UK in particular, they consume about 40% of all the energy produced. So to address the energy crisis, especially as it is now, to reduce carbon emissions, which is critical for the future, we need to change, a radical change in the way that buildings are designed, built, and integrated into that system. And that is Specific's mission, to see that happen. And there's many different ways that we can influence that.
Obviously, we're all on this journey towards a net zero, a decarbonised future. Cost of living crisis and the fuel crisis has really shone a light on, the energy consumption of homes and people's lifestyles. What do you think are some of the sort of key opportunity areas for businesses or for anyone in relation to their buildings?
Yeah, so I mean, the energy crisis has obviously sort of brought this to the fore of people's minds because it's hitting everyone's pocket. But the critical point to mention here is that our idea of an active building and what made it fundamentally worked before the energy crisis. So if anything, the increase in energy costs strengthens the case for this type of building design and consideration. For the construction sector, for property developers, definitely. New build is really the critical ability to, I suppose, more readily and easily change the direction of the housing market and the quality of our homes in the UK. We've got an ever increasing number of people reaching fuel poverty. We need to get people out of that scenario. We need to create homes that are energy efficient, first and foremost, which is effectively what property developers have been working to, but then go one step beyond that and say, actually, we can generate green energy on those homes, we can store it, we can time shift it so that we're not using peak energy from the grid and contributing to a more resilient national grid and local grid for Wales, obviously. And particularly, we actually have a very grid constrained network. So we add resilience to that network by adding resilient homes that are lower cost to run and actually create more prosperity for everyone.
Really something that every business needs to engage with, and particularly those in the construction sector. But there are so many questions as well, aren't there, about which different technologies are going to be the ones to embrace, lots of uncertainty. So hopefully businesses will be able to come and talk to you on the day and ask any questions.
And on that point, we've got demonstrator buildings. We've built things that work. We've built an office, which the active office. We've built a classroom. We've got an industrial unit. We've got homes that we've partnered on developers with, like Coastal Housing and others, who have built these exemplar buildings that really show the art of the possible today. They're not futuristic. They use today's technology in a smart way a considered manner, and they're very, very realistic to replicate at scale. So, if you're a small business and you want to learn about it, and you've got your own building, that if you own it or don't own it, and you want to understand how it might work better, how you might be able to incorporate a piece of technology, or if you just want to understand what the future might hold and how you might be able to use your energy better, or install a more efficient piece of equipment. All of those things are relevant questions to us, and we welcome you to come and have that discussion and really give us your feedback so that we can find new things that we can investigate and help deliver for the future.
Well, thank you, Chris. I'm really looking forward to connecting more on all of this at the Green Recovery Conference on Monday. So for anyone listening, if you're thinking about buildings, if you're interested in how you could be part of this mission to kind of decarbonise our buildings, whether for residential or for office or industrial use, you have to come, you have to be there on Monday to be part of these conversations. It's going to be a fantastic day, bringing together businesses of all shapes and sizes from all different sectors to co-create, to ask questions of each other, to learn from what's already happening, and to speak to some of the experts like Chris from Specific. So thank you, Chris, for coming on, and thank you for your support of the Green Recovery Business Conference, and we'll look forward to seeing you on Monday.
Thanks, Dawn.